Ladies and gentlemen, happy Friday. We have a very special guest. Like we talked about on Wednesday, festivals are all the rage. We have Astro World Fest, we have Camp Flognaw, and now it looks like we have Tenderfest. So we have John Turgeon here from the H-Wood Group to talk about all things Tenderfest, what it is, what we can expect. Will Drake be there? Will he get booed off stage? We don't know. But we're excited to get the rundown. We know it's in fancy Beverly Hills, so that already puts it in kind of a nice...
Did you put it there just to get rid of the riffraff?
I did it on purpose because this is a passion project. This is a deep love that I've had my whole life. So like it pains me that there are so many festivals because it's true. This one's special. This is different. This is for the love of the tender, you know? And I grew up thinking there were only chicken tenders. I've evolved as a human in that there's all types of tenders.
What else is a tender?
Anything can be a tender. There's vegan tenders. There's pork tenders. There's a bunch
pork
of them.
tenders.
Yeah.
Is there any like
so
beef?
it's not all chicken there.
It's not all chicken because first of all, you don't know. So there's two sides to it. It's there's 4 celebrity chefs that thank God that we got that I really credit. I'm doing this with off the menu and
was there a guy named Fuck You on the list?
Fuku.
Okay.
I mean, come on, it's David Chang. You can't.
It's Momofuku.
I was like, who's this guy?
Can we rewind? How'd you come up with it? How'd this all come about?
I genuinely have a deep love of tenders my whole life, and I have this lately, or the last couple years, I realized that I have to deal and talk to a lot of people, and one common thread that I find, like icebreaker, if you will, is always a chicken tender. So I could be talking to a senator, I could be talking to a guy in jail, I could be talking to anyone. For some reason, everyone loves it, and they find it funny when you actually open up and talk about it. My wedding, one of the options was a chicken tender.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we had no kids allowed. So that's when you know you're serious, you know?
Yeah.
So when you're talking to a senator, how does chicken tenders come up? Like, how do you roll that into the conversation?
Well,
like, you hungry, senator?
And by the way, it's a true story. When you're talking, you trying to like go into like where you from,
you're like, hey, stud,
kids, all the stuff, whatever. Yeah, hey, stud. And then like we kind of roll into like foods you like, and you kind of drop it on them, and see how their reaction. It's, by the way, it's backfired a couple times. Where
who
they
doesn't
look at
like
me strange.
tenders? I mean,
everyone loves a tender.
Yeah,
everybody. I would say tenders is the equivalent, if not more so, than pizza, and doesn't get the same respect.
So when did you say, you know what, enough is enough, we need to respect the tender, I'm doing a festival?
So I don't know if it became, just said like, I feel like there's this like crazy foodie movement that's like almost, I respect it, but like I feel like they reject me so much that I was like, you know what, I'm going to embrace my food world. And that's the tender.
Why do they not? Because your guys are known for like trendy.
I wouldn't put me guys because we have like, Jacob, who runs our company, is like a big respected food person, and our chefs are, and Adam, our partner.
So you're not
Adam.
respected.
Everyone else
is.
I personally am looked at,
as a joke
down upon
in the food business.
Now that you put it that way, that's a little rough. I didn't say joke. So anyway, what I decided to do is embrace it, and I wanted to do this. Honestly, it's also just for fun. It's definitely supposed to be a fun thing. And then the winner of the celebrity chefs, we're going to donate to their charity of choice. We have a handful of pretty cool judges. Chef Ludo's a judge. Jen Harris, who's the LA Times editor. Luca. I got a surprise celebrity judge coming. So that's pretty fun.
Is it Drake?
And then it's not Drake.
He's not doing festivals for a while.
Or surprises.
And then we have a handful of, like, to me, the best chicken tender places out there, tender places. It's
like
Raising Cane's, Dave's Hot Chicken, Delilah is making a nice feature.
Any French fries?
Fuku. Yeah, there's going to be fries passed. There's going to be fries and desserts. Gus's, Hot Mother Clucker, Collie Power. It's going to be exciting.
And how many people is this thing? Is this like a few hundred people type of festival?
Yeah, it's purposely small. And I did back to your original question. I did it at Annenberg kind of on purpose. It's kind of a funny contrast. This is where the Vanity Fair Oscar party is held. The VIP section is going to be people in tuxes and white gloves serving tenders. It's just like a funny atmosphere. It's also easily accessible for both sides, West Side and East Side.
Easy accessible for rich people.
There you go.
For all different types of rich people. You can be as far east as Beverly Hills or as far west as Brentwood.
There you go. perfect thing.
Good. And then what, did you sell tickets?
Yeah, so it'll be about 500, 600 people.
Wow.
So it's
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
next year I want to have like the Rose Bowl or something. You know, this is just a
Wow.
little test one.
Yeah.
That's a big vision. So do you think after this weekend, you will have the respect that you deserve in the food world?
I don't think so.
Really?
I think I may have actually less respect.
I would say you'll definitely have less.
How is it looked at internally? Because this is a John Turgeon project.
I did
How's
it on
look-
purpose. I want
Got
a
it.
non-conflict. You
Got
know,
it.
I want every industry. I want anyone from any nightclub owner, restaurant owner. This has nothing to do with. This is not H1 Group.
You don't want any opinions.
I don't want the conflict. This is
Yeah.
all about the tender.
Yeah.
You know,
The purity of the tender.
I
it's
ask
the
you this
day we
too?
drop all rivalries. You know,
Yeah, make peace over a good
yeah,
tender.
over a tender.
I didn't realize that tenders could be anything. I thought this was only a chicken tender fest. Is there any specific tender that like really surprised you with how delightful it is?
You mean like of a known place, or is that someone's cooked for me?
No, like who would have known that sea bass tenders are just
Oh, I got you. I'm a chicken tender guy.
Got it.
So I did have a pork one that was pretty great.
Yep.
But I'm definitely a chicken tender person. And then, you know, a real chicken tender is from both sides of the chicken breast. There's an actual specific piece that's supposed to be, you know, how it's supposed to be made, and the breading is key. And so I've evolved.
I'm learning so much.
To me, the X factor is the dip. You know, that's something
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
you know not talked about a lot.
What is
A
it?
good
ranch, right?
I think a fantastic ranch is
Yeah.
key.
Who's providing ranch?
No, so each person's got to. If you need provided ranch, you shouldn't be in this.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be doing your.
A lot of people have questionable ranches.
I would say 99% have question marks. They try to get too fancy. They
Yeah.
add a lot of dill. They
Yeah.
do a lot of weird stuff.
Yeah.
You need a good buttermilk. You know.
Yeah.
You do.
I will say, I mean,
Galala has great
the
ranch.
number of times we've talked about chicken in the last 2 weeks,
Chicken's
there's
hot.
definitely a chicken moment.
Oh, big time. What do you think about this whole Popeyes thing?
But then there's this guy. There's amazing. Dante's is making the vegan tender that looks incredible. I haven't had it, but
I can't wait.
He runs his own kitchen out of a ghost kitchen out of Castles downtown, Cassell's.
It sells. Yeah.
What do I think of what?
The whole Popeyes rage.
I think it's great for the industry.
Yeah.
You should be head of the Chicken Tender Association.
Yeah, this is good, man.
The poultry industry.
You're like the mayor of the tender. man.
I had it. I thought it was actually fantastic. Except it's so much hype that nothing could live up to that.
No, yeah, it's not that good.
I didn't
It
realize
is
there
not
was
worth
a.
stabbings. It is not. I mean, not that anything is, but it's just kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, some things might be. I mean,
I didn't
maybe.
realize there was
First
a
Jordans or-
Popeyes in Hollywood,
There is, yeah.
and I had to take Waze had me go on Hollywood Boulevard or whatever it was the other day, and I didn't realize there was so many people in line.
yeah, yeah,
Insane.
it's insane everywhere you go.
insane.
Okay, before we let John get out of here, you guys have any other questions?
Yeah, you were seeing courtside yesterday. You've seen
I
courtside a
was.
lot recently.
Yep.
With the
It's
info-
really the only way to go.
Did you have you recently fallen to an obscene amount of money that allows you to afford those tickets?
The tenders,
Or are you just
man.
so
Yeah,
important
or is
because
it
of
that
Tender
tender
I have
Fest?
a
That's
lot
money.
of great friends with an obscene amount of money, and when they ask me to go to the game, I say, "Where are we sitting?" And if it's not courtside, I pass.
Yeah.
I'm very open about it.
Yeah, I
No
agree.
problem. I don't see the problem
What's
with it.
courtside Laker game like now? I see a lot of clowns.
You mean
It looked like a
attendees?
circus. It looked
Yeah.
like
You're talking about my people now.
Yeah, you can't.
I
There's like
don't
an
think
unwritten
that they're
rule.
clowns.
So
I like-
courtside Lakers has always been known as the classiest. It's the most important people at that moment.
It is, yeah.
And yesterday,
You were
I
there.
saw Vegas Dave and a Birkin bag in one seat.
Yeah.
The Birkin bag had its own seat for the first half.
Yep.
Dan Bilzerian.
Yep.
And then you pan over, it's Andy Garcia and John Turgeon. Across the way is Jeffrey Katzenberg. You three, part of the classy side.
Right.
These others, seems like a little circusy.
I can't speak to those others. I know what you're saying. I can say that it's still the best show. You know, it's still the best show in town, in the game. Probably, I think it's probably of all.
It's the best seat in all sports.
of all the sports world. Yeah, football, basketball, baseball, floor Lakers is the most exciting. Regardless if you care about sport, I love Lakers and love sports, so that's a good thing. But I definitely think it's the best show.
Why Lakers
agree.
specifically?
It's
Why
just
do I?
Hollywood. It's just history.
I grew up on it.
No. I mean, why is that the best show? Is it just because
I think they made it. So I have a couple of theories. One is just with Showtime with Magic. It all started from that, and then with Kobe, and then it just kept going. And then they do a good show. You know, I don't know if any others have copied them, but the way they do the lighting is
That's
great.
it, yeah.
They darken everything but the court, so it's dramatic.
Yeah.
Very chiaroscuro, if you will.
Yeah.
So we couldn't miss you because you were right by the Lakers bench. It seemed like you were having a very active conversation with Andy Garcia the whole time. How much of it was about tenders?
You are aware that was not Andy Garcia, right?
I thought it was.
You let him just go on the
God, this is so good.
I mean, I thought you were joking this whole time.
No, everyone. I got like 3 texts like Turge is sitting with Andy Garcia.
No, that's my cousin Keith.
That's good stuff.
Oh my
But I
God.
was next to the USC basketball head coach. That's
Wow.
what he's
Okay.
a fantastic man.
Is he?
Yeah.
Are they any good?
They're amazing. And they got first number 1 overall recruits here.
I wonder how they got that.
His dad's an
You know,
assistant.
you know how? What's that?
I think they hired his dad as an assistant coach. That's why he came.
Really?
Yeah, that's like
Mobley?
public information. Yeah.
I don't know about that. But I know I would play for SC.
You're real good at this. You do this.
And what's your new thing? You know, last time you were here, you were telling us how you address people with, with you don't know their names. Hey, boss. Hey, stud. All these things.
Oh, wait. First, sorry, I'll let you go. But what we didn't talk about was we all saw you a few nights after we did that podcast. And everyone kept coming up to you and calling you out because you gave all your secrets.
Yeah, the biggest thing I learned is you guys have a lot of listeners. Yeah.
So anyway, what were you saying?
Definitely.
But I heard a new one just now. And
You
he
have a
said,
new one?
Stallion.
Yeah, Stallion.
Whoa.
Stallion. I have to keep reinventing myself.
Stallion's is Stallion reserved for a very specific group?
Well, what's key about Stallion is you don't hear it too often.
I've heard it never.
You feel it. You feel it's unique when it's used upon you. So
Andy Garcia would be a Stallion.
At the off chance, I'm thinking this guy may not know my name, but I actually appreciate being called Stallion. Maybe you like being called Stallion even more than your real name.
Yeah. Yeah, it just seems aggressive.
good
I
shot
feel like
at
I'd
it.
be like, whoa, hey, John. Like if I walked into
It
Delight.
I won't use it on you. I'll use
pretty
like
disarming.
Sugar Cup or something.
Yeah, that
you
works
know? 'Cause
better.
it's like a cheeky, funny thing.
Yeah.
I use that too sometimes.
So that's what happened. After you did the pod, you told us that secret, and everyone kept coming up to you and asking if you even knew their name.
I dropped stud.
yeah.
Done.
Stud's
Retired
done, huh?
it. Yeah.
Because of that episode?
I think so. Yeah. It was a little out of hand. Because people started telling others. Bad.
Okay.
Very, very bad.
Anything else we got? We got to let this guy get to the doctor.
Yeah, we're going to give away the tickets that you're giving us.
Yeah, it's big.
So we'll pick the winner, I think, in our newsletter tomorrow? Or,
It's a-
or today? We should pick it today then. Yeah, they're already picked. Okay, so we'll announce it today, and then I'm going to be there 5 sharp. So will you open doors 5 sharp? Or
Yeah,
is
it's a movement.
Okay.
Yep.
Does that mean they're gonna be a
By the
line?
way, you like the merch?
Oh, they have
No,
merch?
There's a check-in counters.
Okay. What's the merch?
Tenderfest shirts, Letterman jackets, hats.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Letterman.
I feel like we should have been wearing that on this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I realized that.
Yeah.
Just realized that.
That's okay. We'll be there for
No problem,
the
Stallion.
Rose Bowl. No. On the bag, it should say Stallion, like your name tag. Okay, good. Well, John,
Thanks, guys.
man. Thanks for doing it. Thanks for doing a
Appreciate
great
it.
thing for the city of Beverly Hills.
I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I'm
You know?
glad that rich white people have a nice, safe place to eat chicken tenders.
Yeah, they don't have to go to Popeyes.
Good point.
Thank you, John.
Very good point. Thanks, guys.
Okay, first things first. Tenders are cool, but not as cool as White Claw. It looks like this whole craze about White Claw and the whole virality of it all has now made the creator of White Claw a multi-billionaire.
Crazy, right?
Billionaire.
It's insane. So this guy is been in the wine business since the 70s. He started with a wine shop.
Talk about a pivot.
Yeah, and he kind of figured out that there's like this healthier option to consume alcohol. And I just think it's what I loved about it. His name is Anthony Von Mendel. He's Canadian. He started his wine importing business in Vancouver. And this business, he's 69. He's now worth $3.4 billion. And in this day and age of entrepreneurship, we read and we hear all these young people doing amazing things and becoming very wealthy. And here's a guy that's passionate about an industry, been in it forever, and hit it massive later in his life.
Yeah.
And
I would die to hear the story from him of what made it a craze.
Yeah. Like, what was that?
Because that's what everyone's looking for, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, what people don't realize is this guy was in business for so long before he got his moment.
Yeah.
But all these young entrepreneurs, everyone's looking for their moment. Everyone you talk to thinks they have the next biggest thing.
Yeah.
And I just would love to hear the story of you're in the industry for this long and all of a sudden something takes off like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think young people drink beer the way people our age drank beer in their 20s. And this was just the perfect storm that no one wanted to have. Like, beer doesn't taste that great for the most part. I know we're going to offend a lot of beer drinkers and IPAers, but this was the perfect, like, daytime drink that probably, if it was around when we were in college, I would imagine it would work then.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is the same guy, by the way. He started in his humble beginnings as a wine operator in Vancouver, but his first success was Mike's Hard Lemonade. Like,
He's the same guy?
15 years ago.
So he knows how to.
And then he realized like that beer drinking was just not as popular. This guy did Mike's Hard Lemonade and he did White Claw.
Yeah, this guy knows. This
He
guy's
just-
got an eye.
Yeah.
He's not a one-hit wonder.
He is not
No.
a one hit. Because Mike's Hard Lemonade was big.
Huge.
That was huge when we were in college.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was huge when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I remember all the adults.
Yeah, and I think it's really interesting that, like, alcohol's a pretty hard industry to crack, and he pretty much invented a category. Mike's Hard Lemonade introduced a category, and then 10, 12 years later, he does it again with White Claw.
Yeah, this guy's an innovator.
Pardon?
This guy's an innovator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a real innovator.
Okay. I'd like to hear how I built this about him.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting. He's now launching a winery, and he's getting into, like, traditional wine business. And he told an audience recently, he's like, to make a small fortune in the wine business, you have to start with a large one.
A large fortune?
Yeah,
To make it okay.
billionaires always say that.
Yeah, because
They just insert the different word.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Moving on.
Yes.
Let's talk about sports. I really only have one sports thing I want to talk about today,
Yeah.
and that is Mr. Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick looks like he's having some shots at some workouts.
Yeah.
First thing is, they're saying, I mean, this is like an NFL insider is claiming that Jay-Z had something to do with Kaepernick getting this shot.
Yep.
I don't really believe it, to be honest. I think the backlash for his moves with the NFL were so criticized that they threw him an easy PR bone. And whatever happened, they're like, oh, let's say Jay-Z hooked this up and whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, could be true, could be not true. The other thing that's weird about it is they're saying that Kaepernick won't know what teams are coming to watch him work out. So does that mean they're like hidden behind like a one-way mirror, like that you do in a police interrogation? And like, okay, throw football.
They have a whole itinerary, like when he's doing interviews, workouts. The whole thing seems like a sham from both sides.
Yep.
The NFL schedules a workout on a Saturday.
In
and
Atlanta?
Multiple players have been very vocal. Everyone knows that Saturday is a travel day for NFL teams. Everyone plays on Sunday. So no key decision makers from any team would be missing the Saturday with the team and all the pregame like film sessions to attend Colin Kaepernick's workout. And I mean, I still don't know what Colin Kaepernick's trying to do.
Yeah.
Like, are you continuing to try to prove a point that you aren't getting a job because of everything? You're not getting a job.
No, I think he legitimately is just trying to get on a team.
Like, you think he just wants to get back into football?
Yeah, I do. I don't think that this is so strategic. I think he's
Really?
like, this kind of happened. It's like, shit, you just kind of went to the next move, to the next move, to the next move. And now the move is like, yo, it'd be cool if I could play football again. Like, I spent my whole life mastering this skill. Will anyone have me? But I just think from the NFL side, I don't know. This is pretty
Why would
critical.
anyone take him?
Yeah, because here's the
I
thing.
know,
The NFL has made it pretty clear they'll look aside for your transgressions if you are a superstar.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt, he had massive problems with abuse. Antonio Brown has gone off the deep end a few times. He got a couple tries.
He could be back whenever he wants. Antonio Brown could walk right in tomorrow and someone would take
If
it.
he did-
100%.
Yeah.
But like Colin Kaepernick, like, sorry, you're not
Yep.
a top tier player anymore, and teams won't bring the circus to town
Yep.
if you aren't.
Nobody talks about that. It's so weird. Everyone's like, well, technically there are worse players signed
course.
to teams.
Yes.
But they
Like, it's
they
such-
unfortunately shut up and dribble.
Yeah. Yeah, you just got to pick one.
It's a business.
If you want to do the whole show and you want to sue the NFL and get a settlement and do all that stuff, this is what happens.
And people don't talk about Tim Tebow, a white quarterback who would bring a circus to wherever he went, and he got kicked out of the league pretty
that was just
quickly.
because he loved God.
Yeah.
And Jesus.
Yeah.
He was just too popular and too, like, he just brought too much attention, and the teams were like,
He's not good enough.
I
Yeah, he's
know,
not
but
good enough.
but he didn't. It's not like he went against the NFL and created this huge stir. Like that was just hype and Jesus, and he couldn't get a shot.
The NFL will not even be bullied by Jesus.
No, mm-mm.
That's the shield.
I dare China to come for the NFL. You know what I mean?
They're like, ban it. We don't care.
Yeah,
Nobody watches
bait
it
it.
anyways.
We don't even understand your type anyway.
I don't like PF Chang's.
Bait it, PF. Are you PF or are you Chang? Anyway, okay. Well, I hate to be so critical of Jay-Z because I do have endless amounts of respect for him. This just feels like, you know what? Why don't we do a day? Why don't we let him do a workout? Why don't we say Jay-Z helped set it up? Let's just appease the situation a little.
Yeah,
But it
because
feels like
there's just no reason to take him on a team. I wouldn't.
if I was
Yeah.
the NFL, I would just stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Just wait it out until it goes away.
It's gone.
Yeah.
They brought it back.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
Eric Reed, who continues to kneel, got a 3-year, $24 million contract over the summer.
And no one
He's
even
good.
cares, right?
Yeah, because he's good enough. A team's like, yeah, he's good.
But also all the kneeling outrage doesn't even...
They don't even show it, so we don't even
No.
know what's
Yeah.
happening.
Okay. All right. Well, it's time to move on. Good luck, Colin. I mean, I do think Colin stood for a great thing, and I
He
hope
didn't. He
he's happy.
kneeled.
All right, we're gonna move on because you got you. That was perfect. You know what? Good time to run some ads if we got them.
Okay.
Let's run them. And we're back. It looks like Pete has been collecting Venmos from listeners that want ad-free content and sending them the MP3.
Yeah.
That's a whole new hustle.
He has a side racket where if you Venmo Pete,
Side Pete.
yeah, you Venmo Pete $5 a month, he'll email you the MP3 3 days a week.
So do you think we could charge?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could charge. It's just how many people would pay.
Luke
Like,
made a good point. He goes, Disney Plus is only $6.99. You're getting $5 for
yeah, that's true. That's true.
People are wanting to
Let me
pay
ask you a
it.
question. Okay, so that's a valid point. Disney Plus is $6.99. We're giving, on average, call it 12 hours of content a month. Does the average Disney Plus viewer watch more than 12 hours a month? That's a lot. 12 hours.
Average.
4
no.
more Marvel movies.
It's just more average. No, it's just about like what you're getting for the money, and what you're getting with Disney is the entire vault of Disney content. What you're getting from us is like 132 episodes of us
Yeah,
talking
but people
shit to
pay
each other.
$20 to go to the movies.
I get it. I'll charge it if people will pay it. I just think 20 people on Instagram DMs can be very, very loud.
Do you think you can get 2,000 people to pay $5?
Yes. What's my bonus?
Nothing.
What? Damn it.
You would get absolutely nothing.
Sick. All right, deal. It's enough
Buy
sweat.
some White Claw.
This is a money-losing operation currently.
Yeah, I think so. I think 2,000 you could.
I think you could do 2,000.
That's a significant
That's a
amount
lot.
of you.
If you could grow that, if you could start at 2,000 and then scale it. But I don't know. I just think it's a jam. Like it's so much content, really, really, really good content is available for free. I don't know. It's hard.
But so in podcasts, yes, I agree.
But
in
YouTube.
other parts of the, I would say very sophisticated, well thought out content is not free.
YouTube and podcasts is the two biggest, I would
Yeah,
say.
I agree. Podcasts to me has the highest quality of free content.
Yeah.
I don't think YouTube necessarily does though.
Well, I'm just saying on YouTube, you can watch like any like great interview of history of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can watch every news take from any different there's a lot
Yeah,
on
it's just
there.
the problem is it's not curated and it's just so hard. I find YouTube to me is overwhelming. There's too much content.
Yeah. Okay, well, how about this? This is the one thing that we do have in common with Disney.
Okay.
Disney had to give a little bit of a warning with their kind of Disney Plus rollout and all this stuff that some of the ways that they talk about cultural things could be taken wrong.
Yeah.
Us too.
Yeah.
You know, we talk a lot. We have Brown Friday, we have Indian jokes, and white guys. And,
Yeah.
You know, so same Disney. We feel your pain. But no, they had to put out sort of a warning because they have kind of outdated like
With
depictions.
Dumbo, Pocahontas, apparently a lot of these films, I mean, I haven't watched these since I was a child.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to watch them with my son and see all the cultural misappropriation Disney has done.
I think you're going to be a little mind blown.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's some things on there where you're like, damn. You know, it'll be like a poo from fucking Simpsons. You know, there's like those characters.
Yeah.
It's so true. And I think I think it's true that at the theme parks, they had to go remove cigarettes from Walt Disney everywhere he
Yeah.
was in like the theme park.
Yeah, they
'Cause
photoshopped it.
Yeah, all the pictures had him with a cigarette because
Yep.
he smoked a lot.
Yep. That's funny.
They should have put a jewel in his hand.
Oh my God, he would have been a hit. They'd be like, he's a visionary.
The other interesting thing about Disney Plus was they signed up 10 million people in one day.
They did.
10 million. And the stock popped to record high because I think that's way more than anyone thought was going to happen.
I mean, clearly that is probably why their whole thing crashed.
yeah, 10 million is insane.
Yeah.
And
And that was
Disney-
mostly U.S.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, congratulations, man. I'm a huge Disney fan.
Yeah. I think
And-
the company's just really reinvented themselves. And I think we're going to see some staggering growth from them. Like, just, they've really, I don't know, they've done something very special as being a traditional media company. They've just done everything right.
Did their launch affect and successful launch affect Netflix stock in any way?
It went down.
I'd be worried if I were them, man. They keep putting out shit content.
Yeah, Netflix has 60 million subscribers in the U.S.
Total.
Yeah, 150 million worldwide.
That's dangerous. Day one.
10 million day one is wrong.
Okay. Well, you better start hiding your likes, Netflix. Jeez. Okay. Also, there's this article that came out, which is really interesting, about specifically Nike's success in their direct-to-consumer strategy and how that could prompt other really big brands to leave or not need Amazon.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. I mean, I'm obviously a fan of, I don't like the idea of Amazon controlling everything. I think it's cool that Nike's been able to make this huge shift. And I like that brands can sort of manage their own journey. Like, I think if you follow, let's say, the Nike Instagram and you like a shoe and you go on the site and they have their own experience, like, I think that's valuable. Leading everything and everyone to Netflix doesn't really seem interesting to me, but the business is.
I mean,
you know,
Amazon.
that's what I meant, to Amazon. But, whatever works is going to win. But it looks like Nike figured something out.
So Nike left Amazon selling directly. Third-party resellers can still sell Nike on Amazon. So there will be Nike still available on the platform. It was interesting. So this happens, and then I see all the big genius analysts saying, one guy wrote, brands don't need Amazon. No, Nike does not need Amazon.
Yeah, that is a big jump.
That is just like stupid.
Yeah.
Nike is the most powerful apparel footwear brand on earth. They have an incredible network of retailers that sell their product. They have an incredible direct-to-consumer business. They are more popular than ever. They have everything in their favor.
Yeah.
Their customer wants to shop through them. They enjoy the experience through them. They also have, they rather sell the best product directly through their website or their sneakers app or whatever it is. They're just in a different planet than the rest of us.
Yeah.
So to say that brands don't need Amazon is just stupid, because there are things about Amazon that we'll never be able to recreate. We can't recreate free shipping. We'll just never, especially in 2 days, anywhere in America.
Yep.
We can't replicate free returns, free exchanges efficiently. The customer service, all these types of things are impossible. And so Nike can go and say, we don't need them, doesn't work for us. And part of the reason they're leaving is they felt like they couldn't give the premium experience through Amazon, which I agree with that. There's also a counterfeit issue with goods on Amazon. They need to police and clean that up better. unfortunately for the rest of us, it's hard for us to compete with Amazon.
Yeah.
Because they just do things at a level and scale and pace that we're never going to get there.
Yeah.
Like we're never going to be able to replicate that logistics.
Yeah, and while I think we all know Amazon's working on all these different initiatives to tackle fashion and clothing, I mean, we still have to recognize that the vast majority of their business is like daily consumables, toothpaste, toilet paper, basic stuff around the house. And they're a bigger threat to grocery stores and like Target and Walmart than they are to Nike or any of these like fashion brands that think, oh, Amazon's this big bad evil like empire. Like they really haven't done much. They haven't successfully done much in clothing/fashion.
Didn't Apple even do an Amazon deal?
Yeah, I think they did.
I thought like a year ago or something they kind of announced. Like,
Yeah, there's definitely, but even Apple's having problem because there's a lot of people selling like cheaper version alternatives of a lot of their accessories and things like that. I just think the opportunity to me is if Nike's leaving all that product off the platform and third-party resellers never get the good stuff, like third-party retailers in Nike sphere get the shit.
Yep.
Nike sells all the hot shit directly. Yeah. There's this massive hole in Amazon now to sell like athletic wear that needs to be replaced by somebody.
Yeah.
So
Welcome
like
to Grand AC.
I mean, I'd love for it for Grand AC, but like it's just, there's just so much opportunity. There's still so many people that only shop on Amazon.
Yeah.
There's hundreds of millions of people that shop on the platform. I think it's a massive opportunity. I'm curious to see what because they're saying now other brands are going to leave. I think other brands will be like, no thanks.
Yeah.
I'll be shocked if people just start leaving Amazon.
No, you can't.
Where are you? It's just stupid.
There's not going to be like a mass exodus.
Yeah.
I just think that there is something interesting about being able to control the experience. And I think like now having your own website is like having your own retail store. And you want to control what people see when they go in there and do they get little gifts in the box and all that stuff. But I don't think, I don't think it really changes what's possible. I don't think it's a good lesson to learn.
Yeah, there's nothing
I
to
don't think
learn.
there's a lesson here.
No, there isn't. It's just it's the headline, and it's important because it's two of the biggest companies in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, group chat, we don't always promise to keep it positive, but we always promise to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. Okay, next up, can I get an update on WeWork? I saw they lost 1.25 billion.
Revenues are surging, but so are losses.
Okay, let's just add it into the shit list of WeWork news.
I'm surprised they haven't made more like drastic movement on anything given the last 90 days.
Well, it really fell apart in the last 45 because these are financials through September. I mean, they thought they were going public in September.
Probably in August, yeah.
Late August, September. So they were ramping up everything to try to show growth on the revenue side. And obviously we've realized with all these companies at scale, they're still not profitable. Yeah. They actually just continue to lose more money at the same pace that they grow.
and it's similar to, interesting enough, Peloton announced the other day that they're going to offer like content apps on like Amazon Fire TV, those types of things for like content for their bikes and stuff. And then they said they'd offer a cheaper version of their treadmill. So the treadmill costs $4,000.
Insane.
Insane. So they're going to offer a cheaper version. I don't know what cheap, unless it's $599.
No, it's $2,500 at minimum.
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, there's no way. You would instantly destroy your 4,000. There's no way.
So I don't, but their stock went up because they said they announced a cheaper treadmill.
That's
and
insane.
they have a row machine coming.
Yeah.
Because rowing's like the next hot thing.
Row's the next one. Is rowing just all arms?
No, it's full body.
Full body.
It's freaking tiring.
But which part do you use the most?
You use your legs, your arms, your core.
Yeah,
it's miserable, to be honest.
It's hard to even say what part is more. It's literally your whole body. It sucks.
When I have to do the row, I literally cringe. I hate it.
Yeah, it's a full body torture.
Oh, okay, so I'll never do
So
that.
for $7,000, you can
do
check
it
it
at home.
out.
You can torture yourself
have
at home.
Debbie in Minnesota guide you through the class while you look at a serene lake. Okay, well, you know what's funny is I visited an office earlier this week that was in a WeWork, and they had just gotten brand new phone booths because the old ones were cancer machines. So at least they're trying. Okay.
And apparently, Masa is in San Francisco this week.
Begging?
Talking about WeWork, and there's a big board meeting. So apparently, big decisions are being made about layoffs and future plans.
We need about 1.2 billion of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, good news for, I'm guessing this had to be dead on in your guys', late college, early adulthood life. Did either of you own a Motorola Razr?
Of course.
Both
I
of
don't
you?
think I ever did.
I
you have a
definitely
sidekick?
did.
I had,
He had a
a
sidekick.
two-way.
Nice.
Motorola
You were
two-way.
more hip-hop inspired.
Jay-Z.
Yeah, got it.
Motorola two-way pager.
Okay. Well, good news for you guys and for all of us, because it was my first legit cell phone was a Motorola Razr. There is a Motorola Razr comeback, new version coming out. It looks like you sort of flip it open. It kind of resembles the old Razr. You flip it open. It is a foldable LED screen with no crease, no line, no nothing. So when you flip it open, it kind of looks like a smartphone. Android software.
Yep.
It is $1,500. Ridiculous. But it looks like it's coming early next year.
And, I read 2-3 reviews on it, and it got incredible reviews. Why would anybody get this phone?
This is a really bad decision.
Yeah, I have a hard time.
And Motorola is owned by Google, so I don't know why Google thinks.
Well, they're
this is
pushing the
gonna work.
Pixel.
Yeah, I guess.
And it's Android. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I have trouble. I would like to fight. I think there's there's this little bit of thing happening where people are looking for flip phones and dumb phones. Doesn't seem to be worth any money.
Just go get an old.
No one who has $1,500 to spend on a phone is going to choose the Motorola phone over the iPhone.
Who's going to do it? Rich business people that want to look like they have a dumb phone,
but it's a smartphone.
Yeah, it defeats the purpose. It's in the crossroads of everything. You know what I mean? Like if they release like a $50 one that was super slimmed down, Motorola Razr here,
but
disconnect.
no smartphone. It's just a phone.
Yeah,
and you can't surf.
I guess the one thing like to point out, Dee and I know a few of these people, really, really rich people that refuse to upgrade their phones, so they still rock the iPhone 3.
Yeah,
and it's like I don't know if they just want to.
It's like hey, don't take me out in the uprising.
Yeah, like I'm a green bubble guy,
and they always make jokes about it. Yeah, this thing works.
Yeah,
send text messages.
Yeah,
get out of here. I
swear to God.
Yeah,
you want to know the easiest way to make a little bit of money? Spend a lot of money.
And you know what I'm going to do in the uprising? I'm going to take your iPhone 3 and smash it to the ground.
Yeah. Look for those guys. The guys in the Tesla with the iPhone 3, kill them first.
Yeah, those guys are pompous assholes.
Yeah. Shit. Okay. Well, listen, I don't know, man. I don't know who it's right for, but it's out there. If any of our Cathys are really rich and want to waste some money.
I think this is a utter, complete, disgusting failure.
It's a bummer, too, because when I saw Razr coming back, I was like, oh, this is cool. This would be like a cool retro thing.
If it was $50 and it was literally the old Razr, just a flip, I would just get it just because it's fun to get.
Be cool.
They would have sold millions of them.
Yeah.
$1,500 phone?
Misfire. And I'm sick of these foldable LED bullshits. Have you ever seen one of those in person?
I don't want to fold shit.
I don't want to fold shit.
I don't even want to fold T-shirts. You think I want to fold my phone?
Yeah.
How does this get approved through senior management?
Dummies.
Like, this is a good idea.
Dummies. They think like, oh, retro's hot. Retro's making a comeback, but it's modern, but foldable LED, the cutting edge technology. These guys are dummies.
Yeah. They spent all that time trying to fold a phone and we don't even want it.
Yeah. Okay. Next up.
Who wants to fold their phone?
No one, but it is the hottest. It's like VR. Like VR, everyone talks about. There's so much effort put into it. No one can.
I don't know anyone who've ever used VR.
No. It's same with foldable LEDs. I feel like for the
What
last.
are you looking at me, Peter? You're using VR?
No, he's
You
not.
can't afford that shit.
Hell no.
Shut up.
He just.
I didn't say nothing.
I know, but you're looking at me like you're
I
some
don't
big
think I
VR
ever
guy.
looked at
Like
you.
you run Oculus.
That's what I'm saying.
No one's mistaken Pete for running Oculus.
Okay, well, yeah, whatever. Misfire. It's a misfire. Let's talk about, I really like this topic. And Anand, you're a big advocate for this. And that is that banking is outdated, corrupt, stupid, pointless fees.
All of it.
A mess and needs to be disrupted. And there's all these people trying, and someone will absolutely do it. It looks like a big dog just threw their hat in the ring, and that is Google. They're getting in the banking game. this could be rough. What are they doing?
The firm that brought you the foldable phone.
Yeah.
Is now
So one stupid decision can be
Yeah.
followed with one good decision.
That's
yeah,
how it
so
works.
they're entering the banking business. They want to be offering checking accounts. They partner with Citigroup on it, and Apple partnered with Goldman Sachs on their credit card. It's interesting. The problem is becoming, these are the right companies to be doing it. There's just growing tension between politicians and big tech that they're getting too powerful. Google wants to get in the healthcare space. There's big controversy about the amount of data they are going to aggregate with healthcare partners that came out this week. Amazon's getting into the healthcare space. Apple's in banking now. You're talking, and Facebook wants to, steal everything. I think you're talking about these 4 companies that now want to figure out how to be a part of everything in your life. They're definitely the most equipped to execute it. I don't think anyone is denying that. The problem is then these companies just become so unbreakable, so powerful, and that's where it gets really, really scary. I think Google can do banking. There's no doubt in my mind they can do it. I think Apple can do it. I think Amazon can do it. And I even think Facebook could do it. The problem is that if they do banking, they do healthcare, they control our information, this is scary. They're small governments.
Yeah, so that was actually going to be my point, that can you think of it this way? Our existing current government doesn't work. We don't get anything passed. There's just no decisions that are advancing society being made on a regular basis.
Yep.
Now you have Amazon, Google, Apple, Facebook. They are going to be our de facto government, so they can execute and operate 100x better and faster than our traditional government. So maybe it is a good thing long term for society, where you have better decision makers that are controlling all of our lives than the politicians in DC.
President Zuck.
Yeah, I would feel much better if those guys all had some sort of
Political clout.
No. Like if our country was ran, fuck it. If our country was ran by Zuckerberg, Bezos, whatever, whoever the other 2 are. I'm going to say, what? Do you count Netflix still? Is Netflix
Microsoft.
still in FANG?
You have to include Microsoft.
Okay, Microsoft, and
2
then
of those
obviously
CEOs
Google, right?
of Google and Microsoft are Indian.
We'll
so
be celebrating
Brown.
Brown
Get
Friday.
the brown browns, get white, brown, right?
Yeah.
And line them all up. And they decided
How banking
how
works,
money's allocated, how all that
works.
stuff. I'd feel much safer.
100%. They're
Yeah.
just better at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, let them have it.
So the challenge is, the problem is banking and healthcare are the 2 hotbeds of politicians always. And those also happen to have the 2 biggest lobbyist groups, where traditional healthcare and traditional banking have control over our politicians. So Google's going to launch checking. No one's going to say anything. But they're going to announce next year, 43 million people signed up for
Right.
Google checking.
Yeah.
Moment that comes, politicians are going to be raining down hell on these people.
And
even the Apple Card. Apparently, there's some gender bias against women on the Apple Card. I don't understand what's going on.
That seems woke.
Really?
Yeah, that's what Steve Wozniak said, that the Apple Card
Shut
it discriminated
up,
against his
Steve.
wife.
Oh,
Steve,
God.
shut the fuck
And
up.
as Elizabeth Warren then used it as I'm coming after Apple for
Elizabeth
gender.
Warren is too smart and is actively misleading people with all her tweets and the way she talks about a lot of industries
She
that
needs
I know
headlines.
she understands, but
she's
she
not a
says
dummy.
she's not a dummy. She says shit that's just not true.
Yeah.
And
I think
she
she's
knows
trying
it's
to
not
use
true.
the Trump model.
Yeah.
Like, how do I just rile people up?
Yeah.
I think Buttigieg needs to get with the old homie Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
And just
That's a
figure
good
this
duo,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Team everyone up. Stop trying to fight big tech and bring them in.
And then
Yeah.
the one last stat, it's you can look at any stat. Young people, when I say young people under the age of 28, 30, do not trust our traditional financial services. It's the reason why Robinhood comes in and adds millions and millions of users. It's all skews young.
Yeah.
People don't trust banks. There's a massive opportunity when young people don't trust the establishment. They're the future.
I don't trust banks. I don't trust healthcare companies. They're all scammers.
And if you look at all
Insurance
these deal
scammers.
sheets, all the daily deal sheets, I mean, there's so many fintech companies and healthcare companies that are being funded with vast amounts of money on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So everyone knows that it's going to get disrupted. It's just by who and how.
But it helps if Google gets behind it and
Of
Microsoft,
course, yeah.
because they can just bleed money for a decade to
Yeah, yeah.
drown everyone out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like it. Go Google.
Yeah.
Drop the fucking stupid phone.
They should get out of the phone business, go to banking.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next up. I want to talk about the when tech goes bad. Let's talk about Depop.
Yeah.
Depop is
That is not related to me in
it's
any
not
way.
related to D or his music genre, his favorite music genre. Depop is a platform
Deepak Chopra.
where Deepak Chopra lives. It's a platform where young people buy and sell clothing.
Yep.
Seems great. You know, it's targeted mainly to younger people, and you can sell your stuff there. You can buy from other people, whatever. So great, all well and good. Can't really see what could go wrong here. Turns out it has become a hotbed for like requests for nude photos, bartering tits for T-shirts.
Yep.
Hey, send me a photo of your junk, and I'll buy
Yep.
a bunch of your stuff. Weird, man. This
Yeah.
one got weird. What's going on?
So there's a whole Instagram account called Depop Drama.
Nice, I like that.
So
That's
it has two of the three
teamed up and made a band.
Depop
Good
drama.
Morning Remix. Depop Drama.
And they screenshot these conversations, and it says this particular conversation goes, and that's a done deal. Yeah, that's cool. I'll adjust the price now. Done. And then the person goes, if you send me a screenshot of your tits, I'll lower the price.
What was the response?
They didn't show the rest of the conversation.
Of course they didn't.
Yeah, because the
'Cause
tits
they
were
said,
shown there.
yeah, they said, here's the tits.
But it's crazy. Anything to do with young people.
How does it
heads
always just
south.
go there?
Always heads
Yeah.
either racial, aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Fortnite is just a local white supremacy hangout,
Absolutely.
and then Depop is just prostitution.
Prostitution, yeah. It is. It's jeans and tits for $50. Damn it, man. I mean, it's just what happens when young people by nature are just trying to have sex with stuff, get wasted, figure
And
out
yell
their
racial
life,
slurs.
yell racial slurs, figure out their place in this world. And when that's like,
A 14-year-old person, according to my image,
Yeah.
it just wants to walk down the street, jewel, yell racial slurs in Supreme, and get laid.
yes.
Yeah.
And on top of all that, is suffering from depression.
And is miserable because
Remember how crazy AOL chat rooms used to be when we were teenagers?
That was like
That's
early,
no different.
Yeah.
It's just that like technology is so like good now that you have the ability. Imagine like AOL chat room, you could be like, "Hey, what's up? It's me, Anand. Anyone out there want to
ASL.
hang?" And then what's ASL?
Age, sex, location.
Yeah. That's AOL.
That's, a good,
That's old school.
So hey, it's me, Anand, ASL guys, and then they write back, but just slow like low tech. Where now you're like, "Hey, anyone want to buy my jeans and show me your dick?" You know what I mean? Like,
I'm doing a BOGO.
I still
buy
think,
a pair of jeans.
I
get
think
free
the
dick
darkest
pic.
place on the internet is Snapchat disappearing messages.
You said what?
I think the darkest place on the internet is the disappearing messages on Snapchat that are never stored.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what kids are sending?
yeah.
Yeah, but the majority of that you can still save as a sender or a receiver.
Is there proof that those aren't saved on any servers?
I have no idea.
Because there's,
I'm sure it's
I
all-
had
people
this
listen
weird
to your
feeling.
Siri.
Fortnite chat rooms are the scariest places of aggressive sayings.
The only reason
That or,
why
like,
you're
Reddit
probably
streams.
right. The only reason why it's probably like could be up for debate is because those kids have to say it out loud wherever they are, so they have to be home alone. With Snapchat, you can literally just
And think
rifle
about it. I
off.
think parents who have teenage kids control their Instagram accounts, like, or at least have access to all of it, so they can see what the DMs are.
Yeah,
But-
well, that's what Bill Simmons said.
Yeah.
Remember Bill Simmons on his podcast with the CEO of Instagram said he saw that his daughter had a new relationship. The relationship came from DMs. That's how they met. He was monitoring everything because he monitors all her accounts. But then she took it to Snapchat, and he doesn't know what's happening now. And they're like meeting up for dates, but he doesn't know where.
Yeah,
they're
I think he said the
coordinating.
thread just went dark after a certain point, and
She
he's just
found
like,
out, Dad can't see it. Check my tits out, little Johnny. You know what I mean? Send me
Dude,
that.
it's so scary to have teenage kids.
Yeah, gosh, man. But yeah, I think there are some dark. I just have to believe if Siri is and Alexa and all them are listening to what you're saying in your house, someone at Snapchat has access
Yeah.
to just dicks and racial things. KKK
Racial
just flying
dicks.
around. Gosh. Okay.
Imagine if you just took a peek into that one day, your head would explode.
You would lose all
You
hope.
could sit there
I
all
think.
day. You could sit there for weeks.
I think you'd lose all hope. in, like,
I think you
these-
lose your mind. You're
Yeah.
just like, these people
Like
are.
we think people booing Drake is bad.
Yeah.
You would see in there.
Well,
we're
you
like,
think
wow.
it's disappearing?
Yeah, those kids are.
Those kids were
Fine.
recording themselves booing Drake.
Yeah.
So what are they doing when they know they have no one recording them?
Okay. Well, is what it is. What are we going to do? Okay. It looks like Netflix is steady making moves. You know, they have a lot of competition, a lot of new competition, but they're steady making power moves. It looks like some of those big moves are doing a SpongeBob SquarePants deal, as well as a full Nickelodeon deal that's been getting a lot of hype.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, you got to keep moving. Even though I'm a big Disney guy, you got to keep taking shots.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is Netflix's answer to the children's side of what Disney's going to be doing, because that is big programming. Obviously, Nickelodeon's biggest titles are SpongeBob, everyone's favorite, Dora the Explorer,
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just don't, and I mean, I'm not that age group, but I don't believe those titles are as popular as some of the Disney titles, like a
No.
Frozen or a Moana. I mean, when I go to anyone's kid's house, it's Frozen and Moana.
Yep. Yeah. I think you have to bet that there's room for both.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to do.
I think it's tough. I mean, Disney really came swinging,
Yeah, I would just give up on kids if I was Netflix.
just focused on.
Frozen's had a long run.
It's number 2.
The same movie?
Frozen 2 now. It's coming
Oh,
out
it's
this
on-
month.
No,
But
but
it's not
among
out.
like young
Yeah.
kids, I feel like people have been talking about Frozen the whole decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone talking about Frozen, right? And all the characters and stuff is from one movie.
Yes.
Sheesh. That one hit.
That one hit.
Gosh. Okay. Well, I mean, whatever. You got to take a swing. I do think there's an argument to leaving the kids to Disney and trying to master everything else.
Or go get Ryan.
Or get Ryan. Ryan's
Netflix?
crushing it.
Netflix should do a deal with Ryan where he puts out original content.
Yeah, vlogs.
Do you
or
think
whatever.
Ryan ends up like Macaulay Culkin, like too
No.
much fame, too big, too
Yeah.
young, and then it's all
There's a lot of YouTubers
Ryan
that
is
are
the
gonna be
next
in-
Mark Zuckerberg.
No way.
Billionaire.
Ryan doesn't even know what's happening. Wait till he understands he's rich and cocaine exists. He's
Poor Ryan.
screwed. Ryan is Macaulay Culkin at 24.
I feel like Terj will be at a courtside Laker game with Ryan. And
John's like,
I
this
don't
is-
think Ryan will make it that far. You know what I mean? I think you see like you see right now the generation of YouTubers and stuff that made it to like Terj's world. Like I saw Logan at Delilah the other night. Like you see these kids starting to understand that world. All the other ones either are off doing their thing or faded out. I don't know.
There's gotta be more.
There is, but like you don't walk into these places. I mean, there's
If Ryan's at Tenderfest, I'll know. If Ter's
he's
like,
got to be 8 now, right? We always talked about him as
8.
7 because last year he was 7.
I mean, I'm saying all those kids go to Hyde, like they go out. But I'm just saying when you
Ryan's
get into
at Hyde?
not Ryan, all those little influencers, but like not, they discover the LA like party scene.
Yeah.
Up until that, they're like house partying at each other's houses.
Yeah.
Ryan will not make it to that age. I'm not saying he's gonna die. I'm just saying Ryan's gotta.
you think you just burn out?
It's tough, man. When
Yeah, 'cause
Ryan's
it's a
first
machine
car is
now.
a Lambo and he doesn't even understand where it came from, and his parents have been. Do you know what's probably going on when those lights turn off? Ryan, you're gonna get out there and you're
Yeah.
gonna open that toy.
Yeah.
You're
Eat
gonna
that cereal
freaking
that
be
we
happy.
just signed at Walmart.
Yes, give a review, you little bastard. For sure.
Eat the cereal, Ryan!
There's gonna be like leaked tapes, and Ryan's gonna be in a dark place.
He's like
so-
the Michael Jackson of our time.
Right, except for he's the kid and Michael, all in one.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go. So that about does it. You guys want to do our winners losers content?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into it. Our newsletter. Taylor is in Dubai.
Yeah.
He wrote a newsletter that he fell off his vegan
Yeah.
thing already, but he's doing okay. It seems like on the updates.
Yeah.
So the newsletter, if you're not subscribed, I don't understand what's wrong with you, but you
Yeah.
just go to group-chat.
Yeah. What's the harm? We know how many downloads we get, and we see how many people have subscribed. There's a few more that you need to subscribe.
Do you guys hate being smart? Is that the thing?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Do you
Or
not-
don't like to chuckle.
Or maybe you don't have a smartphone. You're one of those jackasses with an iPhone 1 and can't check email.
Yeah, and maybe you don't like to laugh.
Yeah.
So anyway, but group-chat.com, subscribe. Taylor's ripping out newsletters from Dubai. Winners, losers content. Dee, who is your biggest winner of the week?
Mine's an easy one. Mine's Disney.
Yeah,
I
that's
just-
easy.
I knew
deserve
Disney
it.
Plus would work, but like, I didn't think it would work this big. And now, I just have this vision that Disney is just going to be just this enormous threat to streaming. I think we forget like Disney has a presence in music, so they can integrate that. Like, they're just such a powerful entity.
Yep.
And I feel like this is like phase 1 of their next generation.
Yeah, I agree. They deserve it. Everyone go read Ride of a Lifetime, the Bob Iger book.
I want to read that.
It makes you feel more like invested in the move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he talks about it sort of culminating with that big move, and then his plan is to retire, which I don't think they're going to let him do that.
I think they should make Ryan the CEO of Disney.
I agree. Catch him now before the alcohol problem. Anand, who's your winner of the week?
Cable news.
Cable news.
So the impeachment hearing started.
Yep.
And they released that 13 million people across all the cable news networks tuned in for day one.
Jesus Christ.
The content doesn't stop. We talk about content not stopping for the cable news networks.
Gosh.
This administration has been the biggest boon that they could have possibly gotten.
Yeah. Damn it, man. There's so much content.
Yep.
Jeez. Okay. My winner is simply all of the YouTubers, influencer types that stuck it out and are winning so big now. I think really when you look at like the Logan Paul fight and the way that people were treating like Amanda Cerny and all this stuff, even though it's kind of crazy and I don't fully understand it, I mean, the level of stars and reaction that those people get even when we were, we worked with a lot of them doing Young and Reckless 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, I don't know, yeah, we should send people clothes, but nobody really knows what this thing is. It's kind of a joke.
Yep.
They're now the ones
The biggest
drawing
thing in the world.
real numbers.
Yeah.
And good for those guys, you
Yeah.
know, for sticking it out and getting paid.
Especially, and they put up with a lot of criticism, all those kids.
A whole lot. And I all feel like they had this kind of like complex of like they're not taken serious. Like when I would talk to them, every single one was trying to get a TV show or trying to get an acting gig going or trying to be legit so badly.
Yeah.
And I feel like now they're not.
Yeah.
Now they're like, oh, no, we just are running shit.
Yeah, we have our own world.
Yeah. Okay. Who's the loser, D?
My loser is high school students.
Okay.
There was another shooting today
Yep.
in Santa Clarita. It's a suburb of LA, where now they're reporting 3 kids have died.
Jeez.
Saugus High School.
That's where Tyler went,
Yeah, I mean,
our videographer.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like 25 minutes from where we grew up, 30 minutes from where we grew up.
And that stuff is scary. It's crazy that, and that, there's these pictures of just seeing the kids' faces. And I mean, dude, how do you even go to school when these are the types of threats that students are facing?
Yep.
This is a pretty safe neighborhood.
Yep.
It's pretty quiet. It's like, it's not like some like gang infested community.
No.
And this is happening inside the school. I don't know if this or how this ever gets fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did they have a motive? I haven't seen anything.
they're saying it was the kid's birthday too.
The shooter?
Yeah. I don't know if that's true. That's just the rumor.
It's
But-
always the same thing, mental health.
What's crazy is when we were in high school, whenever there was a school shooting, at least in LA, it was almost always gang related.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now it's just a whole host of different reasons.
Now you don't even assume. Like I literally clicked on, I don't have cable anymore at my house, but I clicked on YouTube and it had like the breaking news thing. And you just saw the classic shot of like kids being walked out of a school. And I was like, oh shit. But you don't even assume like, oh, it must be some gang stuff. Like you just think like, oh, it must be some crazy
Kid, yeah.
But yeah, it's just becoming so normal. And every time it happens, we talk about it and it's so repetitive.
Yeah.
But yeah,
This is
a
where,
part
like,
of our culture now.
And this is why, like, in other countries, aka China, this shit doesn't happen.
yeah.
They don't allow fuckery to continue
You can't even be on your damn Xbox.
after 10 p.m.
Your social credit score would go way down.
I
You
think
get caught with a
they
gun.
just kill you. They just kill you. Done. You're gone. Like
Okay.
they're not playing games.
Yep. We love to play games.
Ryan
Literally.
does too.
Fortnite, Call
Yeah.
of Duty.
Yeah.
All of them.
Stupid.
Okay. Anand, who's your loser?
So if you've listened to the podcast to this point and you don't subscribe to our newsletter, you are a loser.
That's good.
I like that.
I like that a lot.
Losers.
Yeah. And just for the record, in case this is maybe one of the worries, we don't gain at all from our newsletter. There's no sales. We're not jamming anything down your throat. It's a good extension of what we talk about on the pod, and it allows us to do deeper dives on topics like WeWork and stuff like that, and kind of write things out. So if you listen, especially if you listen this long, sign up.
Yep.
Group-chat.com. My loser, I'm just going to keep it real nice and pop culture. My loser is Kodak Black.
Wow.
Kodak Black got sentenced to roughly 4 years in prison for, I believe, weapons, violent, whatever.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yada, yada, yada. The reason why this guy is my loser is because he has had a bunch of legal trouble, and he was real sort of, when he was out, he was real disrespectful. He was making crazy comments about Nipsey right after he passed away.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's right. I
Lauren
remember that.
London, and just
He's
saying
reckless,
crazy
yeah.
shit. Yeah, and I think that, like, all the fuckery is fun for the internet and stuff like that, but when it goes too far, you get jammed up and you're an idiot and you get caught walking around with guns and you're back in jail for 4 years just like that.
Yeah.
Did you hear the new thing that just happened?
No.
Apparently in jail, he got in an argument with one of the officers and squeezed his testicles so hard in defense that he actually bursted one of the guard's testicles.
Kodak
This is
Black
just
dude?
reported. Yeah.
How strong are his hands?
I mean,
He should be in NFL.
He's the winner of the week because he's got some strong ass hands.
turn that around.
Popping testies.
Oh man,
Yeah,
you know
what
how
an
much that
idiot.
hurts? Oh.
So anyway, so he's screwed. So add on another couple of years. But yeah, I just think, I don't know. It's this weird thing where like the fuckery is so celebrated. And so I understand why people like partake in it. But, you go too far and you get caught up. So you're a loser.
Yeah.
Okay. What should everyone check out, read, watch, do? What's our content recommendations for the weekend?
Mine that I'm very excited about is called Very Ralph. It's a documentary on Ralph Lauren.
Nice.
And being in fashion all these years, Ralph Lauren is pretty much, specifically in men's fashion for sure, he's the king, all-time king. He kind of created a look. I think when you think American fashion, I think Ralph Lauren. That's just what pops into my head. And it's an amazing story of how he started, became a billionaire. And so I'm excited to see what his whole life story is about and kind of how he had this impact. And I think the most interesting thing, if you're in fashion at least, is there will never be another Ralph Lauren.
Yep.
We're never going to have this mega brand that the whole damn country wore at one point.
Yep.
Like, I remember growing up and everyone wore Polo Ralph Lauren. You just did.
Yeah.
Like, you would just, at all walks of life.
Yeah.
Young, old, black, white. Everyone wore Ralph Lauren.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a brand
Yeah,
that
it was
we
a
all
status
wear.
symbol too, because
Yeah.
obviously it was more expensive than your average brand in the department store.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see this.
Okay. Good. I like it. Anand?
So on Saturday, watched a movie with Amanda called Jojo Rabbit, and it wasn't on my radar at all.
Okay.
We were
Cartoon.
No, it's not. So we just were like going through Fandango. We wanted to see a movie, clicked on the preview, and we're like, oh, this is interesting. So it's a satire on Nazi Germany.
Okay.
There's a young German kid, and he finds out his mom, who's Scarlett Johansson, is hiding a Jewish girl. He has an imaginary friend that's kind of doing commentary the entire movie, who's Adolf Hitler.
Okay.
And it's just a great movie. It captures like what was going on in a satirical way.
Yep.
And you're able to laugh and like, but you also
Is it
like
intense?
understand. No, I wouldn't say it. I just think it's really good.
So you didn't leave feeling like heavy.
No, I've left saying like this was an amazing movie.
So
Huh?
a good way to like make learning about history
Sure.
entertaining,
Yeah.
would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
And Rebel Wilson's in there. You're a big Rebel fan.
A huge Rebel Wilson fan.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
She's my actress of the year.
I mean, good for Scarlett, making her way back. Because
Yeah.
she had some real backlash
What
Remember,
yeah,
she
this
said
is a transgender
if she wants
thing?
to play a tree, she can play a tree. If she wants to play a
Yeah.
It's
She
for
wants to play a
transgender.
Nazi. She can
Yeah, so I think
Yeah.
I mean I don't
You
think
wanna
this
play
is a
a
movie
Nazi?
that's gonna do tons of revenue at the box office, but it is good and it's worth checking out if you can catch it.
I wonder if Nazis get mad that they didn't book a real Nazi for the gig the same way. You know what I mean? Like this is appropriation. We don't appreciate it. Okay, mine. I'm going to be real repetitive. I was gonna say my content was Disney Plus because I'm just excited to like dive in and see what they did. But it's also the Bob Iger book, Ride of a Lifetime. It just, with this being such big news and the Disney stock popping and whatever, really hearing how this guy fought his way to becoming CEO after Michael Eisner and all of the crazy things he had to deal with. And this, taking them into the new age with streaming was kind of his like flagpole that he wanted to get to. And he did it, and this is it. And so you can just imagine he's probably incredibly pumped.
Yeah. So now he can sail off into the sunset.
Yeah, and he really just like, if he sails off now or in the next couple of years, he will have this story of like picking Disney up, modernizing it, doing the thing, and then handing it off for whoever to mess it up or do good or do what. But like literally a perfect run.
That's amazing.
So
By the way, did you watch the last episode of Power?
No, don't tell me.
You haven't
No,
watched it?
No.
You
But I
know-
know Ghost got shot, right? I keep seeing spoilers on Instagram that
Yeah,
Ghost got shot, but I don't want to know anything.
Just to add on to the Disney story, everyone talks about like the PayPal mafia, like the Disney alums. We have Michael Ovitz, Jeffrey Katzenberg, Steve Jobs, Bob Iger.
Yeah.
All these like big time powerful media executives all came from one place.
Yeah, I'm sure you can do that with like William Moore. All these companies, these media companies, entertainment companies have such like crazy pedigree.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, don't talk about Power. Is it over?
I think the season's over. It was the mid-season finale.
Oh, it's a hiatus.
January it comes back and then it's gone forever.
Forever? Why forever? It's canceled or it's done?
No, they're just done.
It's such a good show.
Yeah,
And I'm caught up on Silicon Valley.
really.
Oh, I haven't.
I've
caught
not
up
even
yet.
seen one
It's.
episode.
I can't wait.
A lot of
To
good
watch it.
references. They're throwing birds in trash cans and they're just doing a good
And it's the
job.
last season, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Sheesh. End of eras over here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what's not stopping? Group chat, except for pretty soon it might be $5 a month. So whatever.
Yeah.
Find Pete, hit him up on Venmo. He'll email you the MP3 without the ads.
Yeah.
Make sure you sign up for the newsletter, group-chat.com. If you want to send us a question, talking into your phone and get featured on our Instagram page, send that to groupchatquestions@gmail.com. Just record a video on your phone, send it over, we'll respond. And that's it.
We have winners.
Oh, we have winners.
Oh, we have winners. How are we
Winner,
announcing
winner,
winners?
chicken tender dinner.
You're right on
Nice.
spot with that one.
How are we announcing?
So they were just tagging, and I found four
Are you
winners.
announcing them right now?
Announcing them now. Announcing them. We should let them know today, as in Thursday, and then hear
Right.
their name tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, what's
In
the
the
names?
episode newsletter. The first one is Fly Life. So these are their Instagram profiles that were tagged in us. So Fly Life. is the
Fly
first one.
life. Keep it fly. Tender life.
Oh, dang, it's Alex.
Oh, dang, it's Alex.
Good name. Good
All
name
right.
choice.
The next one is Kooj Everything, Kooj.
Okay.
I have a feeling you just said like a racial term.
I'm offended.
He was white. I don't know.
I have a feeling you didn't even know.
So
you
they
just
each get one ticket.
Correct. We had
Okay.
4 tickets. They each get one. And then the last one is the Kevin Klim, CLIM.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
So if you're
Congratulations.
there, make sure you find Dee and Anand.
Yep.
Run up to him, be like, "Yo, I'm Cooj Kevin or whatever."
Kooj Kevin.
Thanks for the invite. Thanks for the free
Kyle
ticket.
Kuzma.
We can have a tender together.
you
I'll have
can-
a vegan tender.
You can cheers a vegan tender. Well, you can't touch.
Yeah.
You don't want to cross swords. There.
We'll dap our fists.
Cross.
Yeah, you don't want your meat touching someone else's meat, you know. Anyway, great. Thank you guys. Have a great weekend. We will be back on Monday.